Hey guys, it's Adam here. Welcome back to a brand new video here on my channel. So today we are doing another renovation of one of my older builds. This is a build from 2018. So I did this probably just after Seasons came out. I know it was or no, maybe it was before it actually, because it was when we got the update with the glass roofs, which really love obviously still to this day with the lighting and stuff. So the idea was, I called it this Renovated Farmhouse, and to be honest, at the time I was so happy and excited about the exterior. I really loved it, but I feel like the interior really let it down in a lot of ways. The kitchen, the kitchen and living space was really cramped and stuff, and just for the size of the house, it didn't really make sense. It was a letdown, I think, in my eyes. So I've tried a lot of times to renovate this build and just kind of got halfway through and gave up, but I'm really happy with how it turned out this time. So I wanted to lean more into that idea of it being a farmhouse that had been renovated. So you'll see I use I'm pretty sure it's the cottage living kitchen I use. So it has more of those country elements, but obviously some sort of modern elements too. We still kept all the glass roofs and stuff, but yeah, I'm really happy with how it went. So again, this is a series I'll probably keep doing. I don't know to what degree necessarily, but I think it's really fun to look back on my older builds and how I've developed as a builder since doing them. So yeah, I didn't do too much change really to the exterior. I did a little bit at the back, this section we're working on right now. There were some funny little bump outs and stuff, and I changed out, you'll see, we go for this green siding from Horse Ranch, I think, or maybe Growing Together, I'm not 100% sure. And then we swap out the windows for these ones from Snowy Escape. So yeah, I didn't do a huge, but you can definitely see, compared to, let's say, the Hamptons Beach House renovation that I did a couple of videos ago, which was kind of a complete redo, you can definitely see the DNA of the original build in this. I just sort of updated it, I guess. So we are working on the interiors. So this little entryway space then opens into the living room, kind of behind it where the camera is at the minute. There's a little office in front, and then it leads into the kitchen dining space. So as I was saying, I wanted to give just a lot more substantial space to the likes of the living room in particular, because that was really tiny in the original version of this. And yeah, I'm trying to think back when I was originally doing that, what my thought process was. I did really enjoy what I did. There's almost this separate wing to the house, where there's the kids' bedrooms and stuff, which I find really cool. I did keep that in this build. So there's a separate entrance from the exterior, where there is 3 bedrooms, I believe, and a bathroom, or maybe 2. I'm not 100% sure. Again, I did this renovation even probably a month ago at this stage, but I'm only doing the voiceover now, so it's going to be a little bit of an a refresher for me as well as to what I did, but I do know that I'm very happy with how it turned out. So yeah, this is the new living room space. It is, to be honest, it is still a little bit on the cramped size, I think, but it was the only way the layout worked for me. I think I had this idea for the kitchen that you'll see in a minute, that was my focal point that I wanted to really bring into this renovation. But this is still certainly much more substantial of a living space than was in the original build, where it was a sofa and a couple of chairs just off the kitchen. So yeah, really happy with it. I did use the book nook kit and do some built-ins there. And yeah. So what else about this build? You see, here we are now working on the office space. So I can't remember. I'm sure there was an office in the original build, or maybe it was just a desk somewhere in that sort of open living space. But I wanted to give it a little bit of a separate moment, while also, it has just an archway, so it's not really separate. So here we are into the kitchen. So this was my the whole idea for this renovation kind of stemmed from this. So I wanted to do like this big central island, which was like your main workspace. But as you can see, again, as I said, I'm using the cottage living kitchen counter, so there's just that little bit more of like a farmhouse vibe that really you didn't get in the original build, and the original build really didn't have anything that would really make it farmhouse-esque. I don't know, I don't think so anyway. So yeah, that's where I was going with this, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. So we do the kitchen space, big central island. There's a laundry room as well, like a little utility room, which is another thing that I don't know why the idea of having one really spoke to me. Like, it's the most boring, mundane thing, but I don't know, I just felt it really fit the vibe. So I'm glad that I managed to fit it in. And yeah, doing a little bit of like intersecting counters and stuff. I wanted like the stove and the sink to be like centered in the windows, so there's like some little bit of overlapping in terms of counters. You can see I'm doing it here with the island as well, just to get the countertops lined up, but the visual glitches honestly aren't that bad, so compared to what they can be sometimes in this game. So yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. The central island we did in like this green color, or maybe it's blue, I can't really see right now. I think it's green. I think that's what I was going for. And yeah, I really like that. It just, I'm just really happy with how this turned out. I believe this build is already on the gallery, but I will double check and leave a link down in the description anyway. But I'm pretty sure I left it up a while ago. Here we are in that little utility room. So there's, you know, your washer and dryer, there's a sink, this little like bench, which would be like for your like mudroom aspect of it. I think off camera I add in a lot of like the clutter items, so I think I do like the brush and dustpan from laundry day. Maybe I do an ironing board too, not 100% sure. So here we are into the dining room space. So this is quite similar to how the original build looked, I'm pretty sure. So there's like this massive, it's almost like a conservatory. There's this big skylight and obviously glass on 3 walls, so it's really nice. But I wanted to add in more like plants and stuff. Obviously, being a farmhouse, maybe they like grow some of their own stuff. I think I add in maybe like 1 or 2 of the planters on this side that we're working on now, just to feed it. Yeah, I do. Here we are now. So, you know, it's just going back to that idea of it being a farm. Maybe they grow their own produce and stuff. And yeah, I'm really, really happy with how that space looks, just in terms of like the visual of it and how the light falls and things. So yeah, so here we are now working on the landing space. So as you can see, I cut away some of the floor there, so there is a little bit of a double height aspect going on that I think is a really cool visual as well. So there's just little like oh my god, I'm losing my words. There's like a little just locker where you would store, I don't know, your bits and bobs, your random bits. There is a little seating area up here, I believe. Yeah, we're doing it now. Up here is just a master bedroom, I think, an ensuite. I think there might be a main bathroom up here, and then on the right hand side to where we're working right now, there's this big like rec room basically. So there's a bar, I think there is the ping pong table from Discover University. There is like an art gallery space, because in the original build, actually where this master bedroom that we're working on right now is, that was like an artist studio area. So I wanted to call back to a lot of aspects from the original build, but obviously like update them. You know, it's been whatever 6 years now, so I think if you like were to download both the builds, you would have the same amount of gameplay, if not more, in this new build. So that was kind of the main goal. So doing like some built-ins here for the wardrobe, which I think is pretty cool. And yeah, so also in this build I did do In the original build, there's like a garage space. It's to the left of where we're working right now, and that was just empty. Like it was, I think I had like some of the sized up toy cars and stuff. But I wanted to convert that this time into another bedroom, so it's kind of its own studio space nearly. There's no kitchen actually, but there's like a bedroom area, a little living area, its own separate bathroom. It's very like independent. So I was thinking, obviously the family that own this are going to be quite affluent. So I reckon the parents are quite like well ahead in their careers, if that makes sense. So they'd be kind of older, so maybe the kids are older too. So I reckon maybe like the eldest child maybe moved into that space, quote unquote, to, you know, have a little bit of independence. Or if you wanted to add in a little kitchenette, you could maybe use it as like a residential rental. That's also an option. But yeah, actually up here, yeah, there is a little nursery on this level too, which, yeah, I think similar enough to the original build. I feel like the layout up here isn't a million miles away from what it was. Downstairs it did change a little bit more drastically, but you know, that's just the way things go. So there's this nursery, there's a master bedroom, and then there is that garage wing, so that's the third bedroom. And I want to say there's 3 more downstairs that we're going to move on to in just a second, but there could just be 2. We'll find out. This is the rec room that I was talking about. So I did struggle a little bit with managing the space in this build, because it's quite big in terms of the actual number of tiles, you know what I mean? So I could have thrown in some more bedrooms here, but it just felt a little bit redundant given that there's already 5 or 6. So that was where the idea for the rec room came. Again, the skylights like pouring into the space, it creates a really cool space, I think. And again, that would provide a lot of gameplay elements for you to use in, you know, if you download this build and use it in your game. So, you know, I don't think you'd ever get bored in this build, which is always a plus. So yeah, this is like a little bar area. It would be really cool for like throwing like a teen party. You know, obviously they don't drink. You know, underage drinking's bad, etc., etc. But you know, like to hang out with their friends, play a little like table tennis. It's really cool. And then this like slightly separate area is where we do the artist studio, which again is really cool. I didn't have like specific Sims in mind for this build necessarily, but I do think like one of the parents is an artist, and maybe the other is in like that gardening career that we got with Seasons, or, you know, I don't know. It obviously doesn't really matter too much, and you can always personalize things more to yourself. So yeah, at the moment, sort of outside of Sims and everything, the Olympics are on at the moment, which I don't know. I feel like since London 2012, I've always like really enjoyed just watching the Olympics. I was into like athletics and stuff myself for a good while, but I kind of gave it up as I got a little bit older. But I don't know, I always really enjoy watching the different, you know, events, track and field, the gymnastics, the swimming, stuff like that. It's always really fun to watch. Ireland are doing, I think we're doing the best we've ever done in an Olympics in terms of like the amount of medals, which is really cool to see. And, you know, it's really promising to see that, you know, we have these athletes that are doing such amazing things. So yeah, I'm really enjoying watching that, and I wonder if, you know, any of you guys are watching. Do you have any like favorite sports, things like that? Let me know down in the comments. I'm kind of running out of things to say, I'm going to be 100% honest, so I might leave you guys here with some music for the next 5 or so minutes. We are doing just a couple of bedrooms and a bathroom, I think. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. This build should be on the gallery, as I said. If not, I will post it and I'll leave the link in the description. My EAID is adamsimsYT. If you want to look me up on the gallery to try and find it, it should just be Renovated Farmhouse Reno, which is really, really funny of a name. And yeah, Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much. Bye.